In the year 2021, JBL decided to update all of their most portable Bluetooth speakers, and let me tell you, my friend, it is something I am here for. I am here for it. Let's talk about this, man. Look, this is a pretty big deal considering it took JBL to update all these speakers. It took them roughly a whole year to do it. They started with the JBL Xtreme 3, which is a great Bluetooth speaker. I just did not agree with the price, never really have in the Xtreme series. It's a whole lot of dollars going to this thing right here. And then secondly, I believe came the Go 3 and the Clip 4 with a huge update on the aesthetics and some of the, some of the technical stuff. And then they moved on to the Charge 5 and then the Flip 6. But before we delve into all this, I got to reintroduce myself. Hey, look, man. If this is your first time showing up here, welcome everybody. Have a seat, man, have a seat. And let's all welcome the new guy to New Stuff TV, the Untechnical Tech channel. I'm your host, Antoine, give me that boom, boom, Richardson. And today we're gonna be talking about all this updated stuff from JBL. Now, some of this stuff is kind of old stuff because it's 2022 now, and I believe the Xtreme 3 was updated back in probably February or so in 2021, and then they just went down the line. But I think it deserves to be talked about because all these speakers are great. They all have their fine qualities that they were built for. And I just think we need to just kind of walk through all the different things about the speakers so I can help you figure out why you would need a little tiny speaker like this or something that gives you a little bit more boom factor like this. So right off the top, you can see they share one commonality, and that is the fabric, this water and dust proof fabric. In fact, they are all rated at IP67, which is water and dust proof. That means you can dunk this bad boy in the pool, and you can go to my video to see whether they sink or float or not, because I did a really fun test to see if all these would sink or float or not. The JBL Flip 6 was not in that video, but I can guarantee you it is the same as all the rest of them. But yeah, so these are all pretty much weather and life proof. I feel comfortable dropping them. Yeah, you might get a couple of scars on, well, not this one, but you got the Clip here, the Clip 4. You might get some scars on the hook part, or you might get a couple of bruises on these little caps right here. But for the most part, they're gonna come out of that drop looking good. And as far as like dust and stuff, you just spray them off and they're gonna be good to go and still looking as good as when you first purchased them. Now, when it comes to battery life, the JBL Charge 5 is the champion of the bunch. It has up to 20 hours worth of battery life, and you can charge your phone or listening device by plugging into the back right here. And since we're back here, you can see that USB-C port. Now, the USB-C port is waterproof, but you have to keep this flap closed if you want to have that waterproof going as you're playing the speaker. But when it's time to charge your phone, you open that up and it is not waterproof anymore. You have to keep that flap closed. Coming in at a hot number 2 for battery life is the JBL Xtreme 3 with 15 hours of battery life. That's what it's rated at. And they do have a port back here for charging your phone, but I don't think they really want you to do that because they don't really advertise it, because they don't want you sucking off of that 15 hours worth of battery life they're claiming that they're going to give you. But next to that USB-C port you see there, you also see an added bonus that none of these other speakers have, which is the 3.5mm aux input. That means you can get better quality of music and preserve some battery life on your phone because you're not going to be streaming Bluetooth because you're all plugged in right there. Third on the list for battery life is actually one of my new favorite speakers, which is the JBL Flip 6, coming in at 12 hours of rated battery life. Now, this one doesn't really have any real tricks up its sleeve. It doesn't have the little speaker booty flap with, an aux port or anything like that. You can't charge your phone off of it. But just like the JBL Xtreme 3 and JBL Charge 5, it shares the PartyBoost button right there. This is going to allow you to link up more speakers. And in this video, we're going to actually test out the JBL Xtreme 3, the JBL Charge 5, and the JBL Flip 6, all PartyBoost connected together. I can't say that about these other two because they do not have that function. But before we get there, I got to tell you about the JBL Clip 4 coming in at a rated 10 hours of battery life. And last but not least, the JBL Go 3 coming in at a 5-hour battery life. So if battery life is the biggest concern for you when checking out these JBL speakers, I gotta tell you, you cannot get much better in this size of a speaker than the JBL Charge 5. But some people like to ask a little bit more from their Bluetooth speakers, especially in the form of app connectivity. Why do you need apps for a Bluetooth speaker? Well, for me, it's updates. Maybe they'll update something, maybe it'll have an EQ in it, but you'll never have an update if it's not app connected. So that's always a huge plus when you have an app connected Bluetooth speaker. You can get an update. Maybe it's not sounding right. Maybe the volume doesn't get higher enough or something like that. They can always fix that with an OTA update. If it's not app connected, you're just not going to get it. You just got to go get the next speaker. But in regards to the app, at the time of this video, all three of these speakers are connected to the app. The JBL Xtreme 3, the JBL Charge 5, and the JBL Flip 6. However, only the Xtreme 3 and Flip 6 have EQ access, not the Charge 5. I'm sure it's coming, but it's not here as of the time of this video. Between budget and the need for sound is probably going to be the two biggest reasons why you choose one of these speakers over the other. But let's start out with the JBL Go 3. Why would you pick this one over the Clip 4? Well, in my previous video, I chose the Clip 4, even though it's almost twice the price as the Go 3. And that was simply because of form factor. I like this super portable form factor where I saw on the website, this girl had it clipped on her belt loop. Like, you can do something as simple as that. Now, the Go 3 is no slouch. It does have a built-in loop here, but you have to attach it to something such as a third-party carabiner. It doesn't come ready to be clipped onto something like the JBL Clip 4 does. So I like that form factor. Also, the fact that this is an up-firing speaker, meaning you set it down on the table and it fires the sound up towards you. Whereas the JBL Go 3 is actually designed to be fired forward, because this is the pad right here that you could rest it on if you fire it up. But to be honest with you, if you're putting it on a flat surface such as a table like this one, once that bass hits, it's going to start sliding around and it's going to eventually work its way off the table. These little feet right here are what it's meant to be stood on, and then it fires forward towards you. Now, in the case of a speaker like this, being that it's so small, firing forward, I don't know, it's just a little awkward to me. Speakers that are a little bit larger, they kind of fire forward and upwards, and that's how I think this one kind of missed the mark, because it's just too small to have a job that big. Now, for me, the real first world problem decision making to be made is right here between the JBL Xtreme 3 in the middle, the JBL Charge 5 right here, and then the JBL Flip 6. Well, it's not between all three, it's between two of the three. We already know that the Charge 5 kicks everybody else's butt with that battery life, but as far as sound goes, how do they measure up? Well, to be honest with you, you get a lot of sound out of the JBL Flip 6, but you get just a little bit more body to the sound with the JBL Charge 5. So I do think it is the better value. If you got the money to spend, I would say level up just a little bit and get yourself the JBL Charge 5 over the 6. But that form factor comes in real clutch when you need to put this in like a bottle holder, like on your bike or something like that, or slide it in the bottle holder of your bag, and things like that. Or even it has this lanyard that's attached to it. You can just put it on your wrist and just go like that. So it's a very lightweight speaker. It's not as small and compact as the Clip 4 or the Go 3, but this thing can travel with you extremely well. Unlike the JBL Charge 5, this thing has some girth to it, man. You just can't be tucking this thing all the way when you want to go somewhere. So it does lose out to the JBL Flip 6 when it comes to traveling in that form factor. But when it comes to sound, this is definitely the better value. I mean, it kind of goes without saying, but when you hear them, you will understand what I'm talking about. Now we've got the battle of the big dogs, which would be the JBL Charge 5 versus the JBL Xtreme 3. Now, when you look at these, you would think the obvious choice is the JBL Xtreme 3. You would think it was just gonna crush the Charge 5, but it doesn't. Not in my opinion, as far as like overall volume or like quality of sound. Like, yeah, you're gonna get more. It's just a bigger cavity, more drivers or bigger drivers. But to me, the more bang for buck lies in the JBL Charge 5. This speaker, when we talk about, I don't want to get in your pocketbook, man. I don't want to spend your money for you. But when you talk about dollar for dollar, pound for pound, you are getting extreme value with the Charge 5, pun intended. I do believe this is a great speaker, and if this is what you want, the JBL Xtreme 3, you like that form factor, you like the strap right here. The strap is so nice. It's pretty cool, man. And you like the form, and you like everything about the sound and everything. Yeah, go ahead. Put your money there. It's safe. You're good. But I'm telling you, man, if you want the best speaker overall, as far as overall value, value. I said value, like I was gonna say volume, but value. Anyways, I think the best one overall would have to be the Charge 5. Now that's just my personal opinion. Y'all don't go ripping me up in the comment section over my own personal thoughts. I purchased all these speakers with my own money. And my next favorite speaker of the bunch would have to be the Clip 4. Hey man, can you spare us all this mumbo jumbo? You know we all came here for one thing. But do they jam now? All right, bro, there it is. There you have it. They all jam. They really do. Hey, it just depends on how much sound you need and what form factor you need it in. I think JBL's got you covered here. I don't know a whole lot about this stuff. I'm really no expert in anything, but what I do know is that beat, bruh, that beat.